We didn't land on the moon, gravity doesn't exist, and the Earth is flat. Just a few of the extraordinary claims of the men and women who call themselves the Flat Earthers.
So what else do we believe that they say just isn't true? Three people that would go to the end of the Earth, whatever shape it is, to prove their theory are Gary Heather, Darren Nesbitt and Martin Kenny. And welcome, gentlemen.
Welcome,
nice to see you. Well, you know, there's lots to get through here. The Earth is flat. Why do you say that?
The evidence that we've seen doesn't suggest that what we've been told is true.
What evidence have you seen?
Well, I personally have been to Lake Balaton with FE Core, and we've actually done a laser test from one end of the lake to the... Well, didn't do the full lake because it's massive, but we did a 12-kilometre test, and we could actually see the laser from one end to the other, and since then the guys have actually produced a 40-kilometre laser test.
So this guy with a laser debunks all the pictures, We've got live pictures now from the space station, which we'll come to in a moment, because you say that also doesn't exist.
You can clearly see the curve of the Earth
There's the curve there. All of the things that we now are led to believe. One guy with a laser, and you say the Earth is flat.
No, it's not. That's the only thing. It's just an example of some of the experiments.
So, Darren, you were sceptical at first, weren't you? So you thought...
I think it's right to be sceptical about alternative views, but what we never are is sceptical about the mainstream view that we're told since we're children. Over and over again, it's programmed into us.
So what finally convinced you, then?
Well, it took me 6 months. I was sceptical for the first 6 months. And there are a couple of main things. One is water always finds level. So in our own experience in natural physics, you have a cup of tea or a swimming pool or a lake, water is level. But we're led to believe that, the Earth is supposed to be 70% water, so at some point water starts curving around a ball. Now, obviously, the answer to that is the magic of gravity.
Yeah.
Now, I believe gravity exists, but only as an effect, not as a cause. So science itself has never proven gravity as a force itself. What is proven is 9.8 metres per second squared is the near constant rate of acceleration towards the Earth over the Earth.
What is happening here?
That's what I'm saying. We don't know, and science has never proven that as a force. Obviously, they have proven it is observable science that things accelerate at the same rate. Yeah, but
and that we're stuck to the ground.
Nobody knows what is actually causing it, and scientists themselves will tell you.
So Sir Isaac Newton got that wrong, did he? Did he just get that completely wrong?
Well, I don't think he particularly got it wrong. I think we're told a lot of truths, but possibly not full truths.
But why? Why has somebody decided to make up a load of stuff? What would be the benefit of them doing that?
Well, it's difficult to say because I don't know. I don't know why people do the things that they do. What I do know is what I can test, what I can observe, and what I can come to using the resources that I have. So I know for a fact, after 2 years of research, that I'm not upside down ever. I'm not spinning. Water seeks to find its level, etc., etc.
But
I know that as a fact.
Isn't that like the childhood thing where you go to Australia? How come I'm still stuck to the Earth? I'm standing on my head.
Yeah.
I mean, how
absolutely?
That's just so childish.
It is an emperor's new clothes type of thing where we have stopped believing what we've been told is the model in our heads.
Yeah.
But what we have started doing is accepting what our own senses are telling us, and our own senses, the inner ear is very, very finely tuned, and we know that we are absolutely stationary.
What about someone like Brian Cox? Is Brian Cox a liar?
I mean, you'd never call somebody, outright a liar. But is he mistaken? Absolutely. But are most of the world, or 99%, of people mistaken? Yes.
This is what Brian Cox had to say about the flat Earth theory.
Put aside the fact that we've taken photographs of it, and you can see a horizon. And not only can you see the horizon, but you can see things move behind the horizon or in front of the horizon, depending on the height that you choose to look at the things. You see, I'm lost for words. It's probably the most nonsensical suggestion that a thinking human being could possibly make. It is drivel.
So that's from a scientist.
He was, and he said something very interesting there. He said it's nonsensical, and we say that's actually not true. What our own senses tell us is that the Earth is stationary.
But nobody's fallen off the edge of it.
Nobody has fallen off the edge of it.
At what point do you fall off the edge?
Can I just respond to what Brian said there? He said things disappear behind the curve, and one of the main reasons why we believe that the Earth is a fixed stationary plane is because things aren't disappearing as quickly as they should be. We can see cities and mountains and islands 40, 60 or 100 miles. The world photography distance record is 273 miles, right? And we can see the tips of the Pyrenees from the south of France, and you shouldn't
You
be able to
can't
see
see the base of them.
Well, of course not.
Because the
Of course
Earth
not.
is round.
Not because of the Earth is round, and because of perspective, and because of the way light works, and because of the way our eyes work.
We interviewed on it. One of the highlights of my career, actually, was interviewing Major Tim Peake up in space on the International Space Station.
Right.
Now, he brought in his beautiful book. You see the curvature of the Earth. You very clearly see that it's a circle. So are you telling me that this interview with him, I'm talking to somebody that's just made that up or wasn't actually there? Or
Yeah,
took
he's
pictures
not.
of-
Can
He's
I
not in
just?
outer
can
space.
I
He's
just
not in
say-
outer space.
Can I just?
Where is he then?
In a Hollywood studio type
Not necessarily
environment.
Hollywood
Maybe
studio,
here.
but...
Maybe where we are now.
But
Really?
so you're saying that Tim
Well,
Peake
I've seen
is
his
alive?
coat.
Well, I mean, if you look at Tim Peake and people like Neil Armstrong and all the astronauts, they're all military guys. If you look at them, they're all military. They're not scientists.
No, they're not. No, they're not. 230 individuals from 18 different countries have visited the space station. They were not all military. Some were teachers. We've met some of them, ordinary people. Are all 230 people liars?
Can we just end this debate by saying
No way can we.
we've got a beautiful globe
It's
over
been
here.
going for quite some time.
We've got a fantastic globe over here,
Yeah.
right? I'm going to ask ISS, NASA, whatever, to zoom out of the Earth right now
Yeah.
and show us planes, right, from a distance, let's say 233,000 miles away, because
Yeah,
we've got the
a bit like
technology.
that.
And let's show aeroplanes flying upside down underneath here.
Or on
Let's
the side,
zoom to
by
show
the equator.
people
Show
walking
us the
upside down.
evidence.
Let's do that, and we will. I'll come back here and
The space station
apologise.
can't zoom out to 230. It can't zoom out to
Yeah,
beyond
so
where
So can we
it
get
is.
a probe out? Can we get a probe out?
We've done
It's
that.
only 250
Of the whole
miles.
Earth and showing aeroplanes flying upside down underneath the globe? Can we
Yeah.
see that?
All we see is
Oh,
CGI.
there are apps that can show you that.
Well, airplanes flying upside down.
Live.
No.
Wow.
Yes, there's the live positioning of all the aeroplanes on the world.
Right,
They're
but
on
not
there.
an actual... Because the Hubble telescope sees very, very deep into space, doesn't
Yeah.
it? So what we're asking NASA to do here now on live television is turn that telescope round, zoom in
full
on the
Earth.
Earth,
Yeah.
right, and show us live pictures of people walking on the side, yeah, and underneath.
Underneath.
These pictures are
And-
live now.
These are
You want them to zoom
they
in
the
and
whole
see
Earth?
actual people.
We want to see the whole Earth.
And zoom in.
Actual people.
That's what military
Zoom in.
satellites do. They zoom in and
How do you-
target
So
them.
can we
Zoom
see
in.
it?
Have
Can
you
we
watched
see
a
it?
science fiction film that looks quite real?
Science fiction.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Science
And they
fiction.
mix it
Oh,
up.
I'm going to lay
They
down.
mix it all up.
I'm going to lay down a gauntlet now. We had a debate at the weekend with three lovely physicists. Two of them are going for their PhD. One of them has got their PhD.
Yeah.
We are now laying down the gauntlet to Brian Cox, and I would love to have a few actors involved, like Neil deGrasse Tyson and Bill Nye.
Bill Nye,
We love
yeah.
actors, so if they can come along as well, that'd be great. And we'll debate them.
Absolutely.
We'll get our team around the world. Some people would say around the globe, but that's just ridiculous. But around the world, and we'll actually debate them anywhere they choose. All we've
Can
got
I-
to do is ask you to help set up.
Can you answer me a question? Because I have personally seen with my own eyes the curvature of the Earth.
Is he lying?
Is it the circle
he's a liar.
vision
He's
of your
not a liar, though.
Is it the circle limit of your sight? Because obviously the limit of our
I was one of the very, I was very,
is a
very
circle
lucky,
around you.
and I went on Concorde.
Okay.
So I was very lucky I went on Concorde. So that's 60,000 feet. You could clearly see the curvature of
And what's
the
the
Earth
shape
from
of the
Concorde.
windows?
Actually,
Oh,
science.
it was the shape of the
No,
window.
no, I didn't say that. I said, what was the shape of the windows, is what I said.
Like an oval?
Scientists themselves
Like an oval, right?
tell us that you have to be 50 miles up to be able to see the curvature of the globe. An average commercial plane travels at 7 miles, which is around 33,000 feet.
Which
35,000
Concorde
feet.
wasn't.
You were about 10 or 12 miles, so it's still, again, way below what scientists themselves tell us.
Oh, I've got
you need
so
to be
many
able to
questions.
see.
We're going to have to end this. I'm really sorry. I really want to ask you, but hold on. We will. We can continue. But we asked the poll. You've got a long way to convince our viewers,
Absolutely.
I'm afraid. Do you think the Earth is flat? No, say 94% of you, but 6%.
That's probably about right. All I'd say is go research it for
Research
yourself.
for
There is
yourself.
a
Don't
wealth
trust-
of
don't-
material
don't trust us.
online.
All right.
Have a look
We're
for
living in the
yourself.
age of technology. There's no excuse anymore.
Yes,
All right,
absolutely.
thank you. Although the
And if
Greeks
you,
saw the shadow on the thing, they didn't.
If you
have much
are
time.
There's a legislation
interested,
for that as well.
Yes, we
I
are.
bet there is.
if you are interested, the space station is currently off the coast of New Zealand.
Or is it?
And it
getting on
will.
board.
If you want to, I mean, you know, when
Good.
I've watched it pass over the top of us, and you know, you see, I've seen it, the light. I've seen the light as it passes above.
Have you seen a train track that as you go into the distance, it disappears? Are you telling me that they're now disappearing into nothing?
We are going to have to
the way
stop it here,
how ours
otherwise
work.
we're never going to
Can
find
we
out
do
what
an
happens to
hour-long
our
special
bees.
next time?
No, because
Well-
you're all bonkers.
Right.